Hello, welcome to the Divinely Aligned channel. I'm Courtney. If you are new here, thank you for being here. Everyone that is here. So I am back. For anyone that's been following along in my journey recently, you probably know that I was just in Mexico and I'm now back home in my office with my Wi-Fi and without construction happening all around me. So today I just wanted to come on and give a little bit of an update plus some of the life lessons that I learned while on this trip. So first of all, this trip I was in Cabo San Lucas, and it was a trip that I went on for many reasons, but the main reason being because I fucking wanted to, because it was a hell yes. My best friend and I had been talking for a while about going on a trip somewhere together. Usually she comes to me on the island or I go to her in Alberta, and we are working on a project together, and we just decided, you know what? And it was her birthday and my half birthday. If you don't celebrate half birthdays, you're missing out, which is just 6 months before your birthday. I know a lot of people don't even like the real birthday. I'm a lover of a birthday. The day we were born is literally our cosmic code. Anyways, that's all going to be for another conversation. But I'm a fan of half birthdays. I'm a fan of full birthdays. I'm a fan of really celebrating any day and any excuse to celebrate any day. So, anyways, we decided we might as well go to Mexico and work on what we're working on, celebrate her, celebrate me, celebrate life, celebrate all of it. And it was definitely the right decision. Like I said, we've been talking about it for a while. Things weren't really flowing through easily, and then things just worked out. And it was very spontaneous last minute that we booked this trip. We also had lined up other things to do while we were there for what we're working on. A few things we're working on, which you guys will find out about later. All of those things everything went beyond, like beyond my wildest dreams. Every day, every moment, every experience. And my friend Jenna and she's like so good at living in the flow with me. We're both sacral generators. If you know human design, you know we just have to live and I'm a psychic sacral generator. So I have gate 57 and gate 11 and the full channel. So like I'm here in the now flowing and going as I'm led to, or I just am not thriving. So she's got a very similar design. Our human design connects our, what's the word I'm looking for? Our comparison chart connects very well for us to live in flow together. So our vacations, our times together are always just so easy and effortless, and we can both just be present. It is so important to find people that you can just flow with when you are of the new earth, when you are here ascending. Your people matter, your environment and the people you surround yourself with are obviously a big part of your reality. And there's so much there's so many things that I want to say. Like I have just been dying to get on the mic and share so many revelations that have come through in the last like 2 weeks roughly. But one video at a time. So to rewind a bit, this trip was just a fuck yes. We left a lot of space for where the wind would take us, and it was amazing. But one expectation that I did have going into this was that I was going to still post a YouTube video every day, because if you don't know, I'm on a mission to post a video every day for 111 days. And that's like a non-negotiable for me. Now, I did pre-record some content just to make it a little bit easier on myself, but I also planned on going live. I had a lot of plans. I took all my gear. I wanted to be meditating at the beach. Like there were just a lot of things that I, in my dream fantasy world when I was here, thought were going to happen. Those things did not happen. I definitely was put through a little bit of a challenge that I feel like I passed because, first of all, I stayed true to the one non-negotiable that I had for myself, which was to post a video every day as perfectly imperfect as it had to be. So yes, some of them were very short. Some of them I was on, I did a few on a rooftop. I decided to say fuck it and get over the fact there was construction happening all around us. And we didn't have the greatest Wi-Fi connection. So it was a little bit more challenging than I expected in that way, but it was also so good for me to just be more disconnected, as well as to just trust that it was all happening as it was meant to. Anyways, recording a meditation at a beach with people around you and people walking up and trying to sell things is in my head, it was a very romantic, magical idea, but finding the location, it just wasn't happening, guys. So sorry that dream that was really only in my head didn't happen. And that's totally okay, because every single moment was like so divinely aligned. So anyways, the reason I wanted to share that is because this is how much this works, and what this is, as I will get into where I'm going. Stick with me, because I have a very important lesson that I feel like if this video found you, you need to hear. But I want to give a little bit of a backstory in case you're new here. So I am very much a recovering perfectionist, and I have known for many years that I need to get on YouTube, and I need to be just sharing authentically, channeling, letting it be messy and magical. But my inner perfectionist, insecure, never feeling like I'm enough, lower self that I have moved beyond would never quite let me get here. I made it too complicated in my head, basically. All the steps and things I needed to take to make sure I was doing it right and I wouldn't be judged, and all of the bullshit that really doesn't matter. So I just did it. I just fucking did it. I just followed through, and I posted videos, and I let it be what it was going to be. And I didn't worry about any of the things. And as much as I want to grow this channel as big as possible, because I really do feel that what the divine brings through me is meant to touch hundreds of thousands of people, because that's what they tell me, but I have to get out of the way. I refuse to do it, and I really can't. We can't do it. We can't do what our divine purpose is inauthentically. It will only work authentically. So I have to be authentic and vulnerable and transparent, which feels messy and magical. And that is the point of my story today, is that the way that we get what we are truly here for, the way that we live lives that we are divinely designed to, which is where then we are completely divinely compensated and always have everything we need to do what we want to do, is to allow it to be messy, allow it to be in flow. When we are trying to control, when we need everything to look and be a certain way, we are running on the programming of the past. Going into the unknown, not having a plan, feels chaotic. It feels messy, but that is part of creation. Birth is messy. Birth is chaotic. That is the point. If we just keep trying to keep everything in these tightly contained, clean, planned out, strategized packages, we're going to keep getting the same shit. We're going to keep doing what everyone else is doing or what we've done in the past, which is fine. There's many people and many timelines where that is what's aligned. But if you're here aligned, lit up, ignited by me, most likely you need to embrace being messy. You need to see the magic in that, because that is living in the now. But we still need very much the masculine. We need to be able to hold ourselves. We need to have some kind of plan. I had to have a plan to get to Mexico. I had to book a ticket. I had to arrange rides. We had to have a place to stay. Like, all of those things need to happen, but they happen in flow, and they happen with trust that this just feels right. Like, everything we were doing was new to us, but we did have things aligned to make it flow, with having space for things to change as they felt right for us. And let me tell you, 95% of what we had planned shifted and changed, because that's what was best in the moment, but we did have that container of a safety net, I guess, right? But we can't be so controlled. We can't be so forced in what we're doing. Our expectations can't be so tight, so heavy, so restricting, right? When we put too much expectation on exactly how something's supposed to work out at exactly what time and exactly what way, we are limiting ourselves. We are all products right now in this moment of the past. So it's very easy to run on that programming. So when we decide that we want to live aligned with our higher selves, when we want to live super conscious lives, when we want to live in the 5D, when we are here to be an awakened being in the new earth, which if you're here with me, you most likely are, we have to allow things to feel messy, to feel chaotic, to feel scary because we don't know it, because we can't, because we haven't been here. And we have people that can expand us, that can guide us in sharing with us their way, but we are still on our own journey. So I have had many people that I have hired, that I have taken trainings from, that I have had coach me in a lot of ways, but none of that matters anymore. None of the certifications, none of the things I've learned over the last 2 decades matter anymore in this new earth. They do in a way that they have got me here and they're a part of me, but it's about living it now. It's about experiencing it. It's about being the enlivened and enlightened beings that we have been doing all of the work to become, and now stepping into our own version. There was a time for all of us to be in the 4D, to be in the thinking and the logical and the healing and the self-help and all of those ways, reading all the books, taking all the courses, doing all the things. But now it's time to live, to really truly live as we're meant to, and to bring through and create what we're here to create. And that was my main purpose in going to Mexico. I mean, they were all my main purposes. It was all kind of rolled into one. And the main one being that I just wanted to go. I needed some sunshine. I needed some time with my best friend. And I just wanted to be on a beach creating what I'm currently creating, because that is what I want to be doing with my life. I want to be able to travel and go whenever, wherever I want to. And I literally have like back to back to back trips coming up that have just been coming through and happening, amazing opportunities to go and do incredible things that are beyond what I could have dreamed of, because I'm following through, because I stopped thinking and planning and expecting and trying to figure out what to do and how to get there and what to say and who to contact and what to post. And I just started fucking doing it. I just started doing what I know I needed to do. I'm not saying that your way is posting a YouTube video every day. Maybe it is. If you're in any way wanting to become a YouTuber, the greatest advice I can give you, being someone that's also taken more courses than I want to admit in how to YouTube and trying to do all the like right ways, and from incredible people that is their genius. Their genius is in, having the right equipment and having the right editing and posting the right SEO and captions and keywords and all of that. None of that is fun for me. It's just not. It's just not fun for me. I put in keywords and things, and I trust that the universe will bring you to me. And if you're meant to be here, you will stick around. You will subscribe. Maybe this is your prompt to subscribe, to like this video if this feels aligned. But truly, I'm trusting in the universe and in the algorithm of the superconscious field. And because that's how I'm here to live. I am here to live a superconscious life. I am consciously awake and aware of my life. I am consciously choosing my thoughts, my actions, my beliefs. Now, that doesn't mean that my subconscious mind doesn't still run a lot of the time, but I am recoding and reprogramming it through living as I want to live, because behavior is the highest form of communication. So I sat here for long enough thinking about the life I wanted to live, figuring out the life that I want to live, finding myself. This was all so important. Finding human design, finding gene keys, doing all of the courses and trainings that I did to really truly discover what mattered to me, who I was, what I was here for. I am so grateful for that time, but I am now so grateful to be here where I'm living it, where I'm experiencing it, where I'm not stuck in my mind anymore, trying to figure out how to get where I wanted to go, and I'm being it. And so that's why I've been on repeat. If you've been around for a while, you will never, ever hear me stop saying that we have to be it, to see it. We have to live it. Our reality is a mirror of how we are, of who we're being. We get what we are. And so I continued to get, when I was in the space and place of the 40 of the problem solving and fixing and trying to transform myself and others and figuring out what I needed to learn so that I could help people the most, and then sitting here and learning and so on and so forth, right? When I was in that space, that's what I kept getting. I kept getting more courses that I felt like I needed to take. I kept getting more things that were just showing me more and more of who I'm here to be. But also, it was showing me more and more of how I wasn't being that. I understood. I had the knowledge of how I'm divinely designed, what my human design is, what my gene keys are, what my rising sign really truly means for me, paired with my moon sign, all the things. I know all the codes. I get it all. But I had to start living it. I had to start being it. I can only dream so long of being someone who takes her laptop to the beach and works. Not necessarily the best idea. Go to a restaurant by the beach. It's a better idea. Learned that. Sand isn't the greatest for our technology. And the ocean decides to show up in your lap very quickly. Nothing was lost, thank God, but I have some stories for future times. Anyways, the universe had my back for sure. So, still, point being, I did it, and I'm going to continue to do it. And I'm continuing right now by being this. I was like, where do I start? Like, literally, I can't, like, the list of just like one line topics of things to remind myself, to trigger myself of all the things that I want to share with you and talk to you, of all the ahas and downloads and channelings and everything that came through for me. There's just something about taking yourself to a different environment, to a different space. I gained so much perspective, and I also saw how much I've grown. I've been to Mexico many times, always all inclusive, and I've traveled a lot. Everywhere other than Mexico, it's been a lot more like adventure and exploring. But Mexico, I've always adventured in Mexico too. But there's a difference waking up in all inclusive when you don't have to think about where you're going to get your food or whatever. So we had to be a little bit more resourceful on this trip and get rides and Ubers and things. Thank God there's Uber in Cabo. Which all worked so well because we just trusted. And I mean, we're smart. We researched all the things to trust and not trust in Mexico or in Cabo. Cabo's incredibly safe. I've never been before to that part of Mexico, and I was told this, but it was so safe. It was so dry, which is my lips split from being chapped, which I didn't expect, but it was amazing. And met the most incredible people. Just, went on the most magical things and resorts and connections, and a lot of things are coming through because of this trip that you will see in the future if you stick around. But back to my point about being messy, is that this trip did feel messy in a lot of ways, but like also so easy, so effortless, and so flowy. So I could have got in my head about the fact that all of my plans that I had when it came to my work were not working as easily as I wanted, but instead I just took it as like, that's not the higher plan, and I'm here living super consciously, and I have to trust in the now. And It all worked out exactly as it was meant to. And here I am back in Canada, so grateful. I will also say I have never been so excited to come home. Usually when you're especially in like somewhere hot and you're coming back to somewhere, I mean, it's not that cold here, but it's definitely colder than I'd like it to be. It's hard to leave. I was so ready to come back to my people, come back to my office, come back to Wi-Fi, come back to water. Come back to water. I am not a fan of bottled water. And so having to live off of bottled water was heart challenging for me. I just didn't feel hydrated the whole time, which I'm not used to. So that was just the one dietary challenge I had was I'm not used to not feeling hydrated. So but still not complaining at all. But yeah, so it just gave me perspective. It gave me gratitude for the ease I have to have the great water that I have here and to have the groceries that I have and the things. So perspective always. Our paradigm is always creating our reality. Again, that's another, I have a huge list here of things to talk to you guys about. So stay tuned because man, I've got some really wild, like my meditations and channelings that I did there just for myself, which I think is a lot of why the Wi-Fi wasn't working in our place. I think I needed a disconnection from it. I mean, we all do. And just to not even have it in our space where I was meditating and connecting to the divine, it was some I already got next level shit all the time, but this was ugh. Like I don't do any psychedelics. I don't do any of that, but I feel like I had some wild psychedelic trips at 6 in the morning in Cabo on a rooftop that I just am still processing, but I can't wait to share what came through in them around this new earth, around the new divine masculine feminine, around just this 5D reality that is now here fully available for us. It's so available and it's so easy and effortless if you can just allow things to be. What I keep channeling through is messy and stop feeling like everything needs to be so perfect and contained and I don't know, known, right? We're never going to get where we're truly here to go through knowledge, through just learning and knowing. We get there through living, through being, through experiencing. And that's also how we share everything that we're here to share. If we keep ourselves so stuck in what we've learned and in what we know logically, we're not going to be able to really fully evolve into all that we're here to be. And if you know that you're here to lead, to heal, to be a way shower, if you know that you are a light worker, if you are a lover of life, of people, of divinity, of everything, anything, then the greatest gift that I feel like I can give you right now is to just let go of feeling like in any way you know or need to know. All you need to do in any and every moment, here I go saying it for the 5 millionth time, is to do what feels right for you right now. Live divinely aligned. You are always being divinely guided. Divine intelligence is what I feel like I am really seeing. I am here to teach and awaken as much as emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence, physical, emotion, I think I said emotional, energetic intelligence. All of these things are so important, but really truly understanding how divine we are and how the divine, how our superconscious mind really speaks to us and leads us. It's just, life is so easy. once you get it, once you see it, once you feel it. And one of the videos that it's so funny to me because like I'm happy if two people watch my video, right? Like if there were two people in this room with me right now, just one of you listen, there's one person out there listening to this. I'm so happy because it can be a lot when we think about the online world and we compare ourselves. Trust me, I was there and feeling like, if we don't have thousands of followers or hundreds of thousands of views on our video, what's the point? Or however many likes is how many you think you should have. I've never really functioned in that way, but then the world conditions us in this, but I like to think of it like if I'm just in a room with the amount of viewers I'm having of these videos. So even like when one video gets like 30 people in a room listening to me, like that's a lot of people. It's just right now and it's just me talking to a screen, but I can feel you because that's how I work. So anyways, back to where I was going with this. This video, it's getting a little bit longer than I planned, but that's usual. Oh my goodness, where was I going? Where was I going with this? Oh, I know where I was going with this. Okay, so one of the videos that has got the most views recently and that I've had so many people like emailing me and messaging me about is the one on my super conscious scripting method that I have. Which is so wild to me because I was like so close to not sharing that. I don't know. I don't know. It's just didn't know. I didn't know if you guys would be into it, but apparently you are. And I've got the most amazing messages from you guys telling me of like the experiences that you're having and have been having. And so I'm going to do more videos around that because I definitely want to share more and do a few more. Like I have other processes and methods that we can pair with that. So that'll come through eventually. But through that, I can just hear my cat. My cat's name's Divinity, by the way. We call him Ben. So when you hear him, it's just Divinity calling. I always like to use him as like confirmation that we are aligned. It also makes me feel less like I should care that my cat's meowing in the background. But anyways, long story short, or long story long at this point, because I've lost my train of thought again. There's just, again, so much is coming through, so much is downloading. For everyone that I need to wrap this video up so I can move into the next one. The next video that I'm literally going to end this and then record for tomorrow, I'm going to do a super conscious, start off with a conversation, then I'm going to channel the divine and channel through a meditation and visualization process. I never know what it's going to be until I do it. So that is what's coming next. So if you're seeing this today, then know that tomorrow that will be uploaded at some time. And please join me because I have so much that I know is waiting to come through. Like the divine has just been waiting for an opportunity for me to close my eyes and let them come through. So be ready for that. It's literally trying to claw its way in. So I think that's the sign that I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening for this last half hour. If you resonate in any way, please like and subscribe. I have some really exciting things coming. And if you go and find me on Instagram, it's at Courtney Clark. The link will be below. I do have a broadcast channel called Team Light and Love, which is free. And I've just started going with this, but I did card reading the other day. I just find it a really fun space where I can share a bit of more of my magic daily. So if you want to join me there, please do. And that's it for now. Love you lots.